Hey, welcome to another edition of Avid Golfer Magazine's Drive Time feature. This month, in the January issue, BMW has brought out their true Beauty and the Beast, because this is the gorgeous and very powerful M850i. Doesn't that sound great? Let's take a closer look. I think you'll enjoy this one. All right, we're in for a real treat today because Classic BMW of Plano has graciously offered us to experience their brand new flagship, the M850i. This thing is gorgeous, it's powerful, it's luxurious, it's everything you want in a flagship. Now, here's the deal. Back in 1990, BMW came out with the 850, kept it around for about 10 years, sold okay, and they put it away for a little while, and then they brought it back this year, the 2020. It's taking the place of the 6 Series. Got all that? So then we can talk about all the good stuff. All right, so when Classic BMW of Plano, when the folks over there graciously requested that we review this, the M850, I couldn't say yes fast enough. I mean, look at this thing. It's absolutely gorgeous. When I get at a stoplight, people were taking out their phones and taking pictures of it. That's a true sense of this is a real halo car. It's eye-catching. It's beautiful. And the lines on this are simple yet elegant, and everything moves nicely into the next part of the car. The sunroof is all glass. You can also get it in carbon fiber, and you can also get it in a double pane panoramic roof too, if you'd like that. The wheels, love these wheels, 20-inch, and the ride isn't too rough, which is nice because you do have adaptive suspension, makes everything a little smoother. But and then the other thing that's always cool are the M Sport brakes. They're painted blue, just enough offset to make it look really classy. I think it looks great in white. This is the mineral white metallic, and I think it accentuates all the black trim really nicely. If you go to the rear, they have brand new lighting here. Hopefully we'll be able to show you that in a little bit. Quad exhaust in the bottom. You heard that when we started up the car. It's one of the greatest sounds ever. And this is a Gran Coupe version, so it's a 4-door rather than the 2-door coupe. When you open this thing up, now normally with coupe versions, Gran Coupes, it's a hatchback. This one does not have a hatchback, so it's very deep on the inside, and you can still fit your clubs in horizontally with the driver inside, but the room here is a little bit smaller than normal. I kind of like the hatchback version, but I wouldn't turn back this car just because it only has this. And then when you're done, the power close. Works out great. Now, one thing that's pretty interesting is this little engagement right here. You can see this. Normally, rear windshields are flush with the body. This one is all handcrafted, and it just inside, just a little indentation there. I think it's a really cool look. All right, so we saw the exterior, which is absolutely gorgeous. One of my favorite designs ever. Now you get inside the interior. It is a flagship, so what are they bringing to the table here to make you feel like you're driving the best of the best? Well, it starts off with, if you're familiar with BMW at all, the latter versions all pretty much have the same interior motif. Most of the controls are in the same place. The iDrive 7's right here. The digital display is now all animated, and it's 12.5 inches. You got a 10.5 inch, 10.25 inch infotainment screen. So if you're, again, familiar with BMW, a lot of things aren't going to be out of place. Now this has the blue, the night blue merino leather. Leather is, oh, it's so soft. But you really can't see the blue that well up against the black. You probably would look better with a lighter interior, but I do like the blue. It just has a little bit of contrast stitching that makes it look really cool. The seats are 16-way power. You have lumbar supports. They're heated and ventilated. They both come in handy in Texas in the hot and cold months. One of my favorite parts about the M series is this steering wheel. It's thicker, it's got a different type of leather wrap around it, so it's much more tactile. It is heated, which is music to my ears in the winter time. And I know guys and gals will buy a BMW M series or M Sport just to have this steering wheel. It's that good. Very, very cool. The dash is leather. They have ceramic controls here, so you can have just a little bit extra bonus to that. You can also get this gear shift knob in crystal. It's clear. It's kind of cool, but I don't mind this at all. It's a nice short throw. It has a bunch of very intuitive buttons here. You have your home screen here when I want to punch up to that. You can go to media, your communications, map and navigation. You have a camera that you can go ahead and look at the different angles. It has a 360 camera if you want it up top, which helps during parking. You can turn off and on the auto stop. I almost always turn that off. Don't like it. And then you have 4 different suspension and engine settings. You have Sport, Comfort, Eco Pro, and Adaptive. I keep this in Adaptive a lot. With the 20-inch rims, the rubber is going to be a little bit thinner. And this is very intuitive as far as checking ahead and adapting to the road conditions and how you drive. If you drive in a sporty way, it will stiffen up the shocks and the dampers. If you just want to cruise, it will allow you to do that as well. If you put it in Sport and Sport Plus, everything tightens up. The engine gets a little bit louder, the exhaust. The gear shifts take a little bit longer because they want you to wind it out a little bit. And it's just so great. You have really everything at your disposal here. It's really, really cool. As far as the speakers here, these are Bowers and Wilkins. Now, if I was driving we were at night, you'd see these light up. Looks really cool. Now, that's a $3,200 upgrade from the Harman Kardon, which is the next step up from the base. I'm very familiar with the Harman Kardon. I like it a lot. If you're a true audiophile, the $3,200 extra for Bowers and Wilkins might be your speed, but the Harman Kardon to me was just fine. You have pretty good console space, pretty deep. You have a USB control in there. You have one here. But the thing I like the best about this is it has wireless charging, and this blue light will light up, as you can see, and you don't have a lot of extra cords that I really don't like. All right, I think BMW has one of the best infotainment screens going. As you can see, the fonts are excellent. One of my favorite fonts going. It's also a touch screen, so you can go through these. Here's your different stations. You can go Sirius, FM, AM, music collection. They have Bluetooth. You can load in apps if you'd like do as well. So that works out pretty well. One thing I do love about this, if I go to media, I go to sound settings, I can make this whatever I want. I can make it, bear with me, sound profiles. I can go lounge, movie theater, on stage, concert, studio. They all sound a little bit different. To me, again, I like the Harman Kardon just fine, but again, if you're a true audiophile, these will make a difference for you, and you can customize it really any way you want. It's 1,400 watts of power on the Bowers and Wilkins, so it's all you want. So that's how that works. If I want to put this thing in reverse, you can see, gives you a split screen, gives me a 360 angle right here, which I love when I'm going in tight parking spots. As I get older in the years and I can't really see the front end, even on this car, this is genius to show me how far I'm out of line on the parking meters. It has a rear view camera. I can make it front if I want. The camera quality is excellent, true HD, very cool stuff. If I want to go to communications, kind of tells me who I last talked to. Excellent Bluetooth. If I go to the maps, I can go ahead and set that up. If I want to go to a destination, which is really cool, I'm going to do this. I can go down here and I can type in my place. Let's say I want to go to somewhere in Dallas. I can draw it in. Let's do that again.
D-A-L-L.
There you go. I can do that while I'm just putzing around. I like it a lot. I like it rather than going through the keyboards and everything. Again, I'm very familiar with this iDrive, so it works out pretty well. Also has Wi-Fi hotspot. Don't use that very much. Don't really need it, but some people like it. And it has every setting you'd ever want. Again, it's just big enough, and it's kind of driver oriented. It's kind of tilted just a little bit towards the driver. In fact, everything is driver oriented in this car, which is the way it should be. It also has 6 different types of, let me get to that, of ambient lighting. If I want to go to interior lighting like this, I can go ahead and change the lightness. I can change it from blue, which is my favorite color. I can go to green. I can go to lilac. It has 6, but I tend to like the blue itself. And it's a nice little, it's a nice little party trick. The last thing I'll show you is, okay, so if I got the radio on, let me put that on real quick. Let me put on noise. I have gesture control on this. If I do this, I can change it just by, it's pretty kind of cool. I find myself using this a lot. All right, this is the Gran Coupe version of the 8 Series, which means you have 7 more inches of leg room, knee room. Look at that. That's about all you need. I mean, I'm almost 6 feet tall, and this works out pretty well. I can sit back here forever. It also has individually heated seats back here. You get to control your own temperature back here. You have a panoramic sunroof. By the way, I was mistaken. This does have a double pane panoramic sunroof, as you can see up here. So you can let more light in. I like, especially when it's a darker interior like this, I like a lot more light. Now, it says it's room for 5, 3 in the back. This is what you have to do if you're going to sit in the back seat, though. You can do it, but your headroom is definitely compromised. And then the other 2 people are going to have a tough time sitting next to you, unless you're really close. The other thing you can do is, you saw before that the seats do recline. They do fold down. And so does this middle part. This is like a ski opening through for the trunk. Put anything long in here if you want. And then as you're out here in the back seat, you can also do this. It also acts as an armrest. You have your cup holders back here, and you have some extra storage room. Pretty cool. I like it. When you're done, you throw it back up. And there you go. So the back seat is more than adequate for a long drive. All right, the car is gorgeous on the outside, luxurious on the inside, but BMW is all about being the ultimate driving machine, and as a flagship, how does the M850 hold up? I'm going to say pretty darn good. It's everything you want. It's got power, it's got handling, it's got acceleration. 3.3 seconds, 0 to 60, with a 4,400-pound car is incredible. I'm going to open this thing up here in a second. Let's see what this puppy goes. You have so many different modes you can put this in. Comfort, it has adaptive dampers, so it can also kind of predetermine how the terrain is to best adjust for those conditions. So if it's really rough, like it here in Las Colinas, it'll soften them up. So it kind of hopefully soaks up some of the potholes and everything that's riddled this area. When you start getting into a nice smooth setting, like let's say in the Autobahn or whatever, or even 635, the tollway, you put that thing in Sport Plus, and this thing just motors, and it is so smooth. It is just incredible. So I have it in just adaptive right now, and you can tell, maybe you can hear, maybe you can't. It's fairly quiet, fairly insulated. I'm going to put it in Sport Plus. I'm going to kick it over. Hear that difference? I can. Half the time I don't even listen to the radio when I'm in this car because I just love hearing the engine. It's really cool. We're gonna get on this little spot that I like to open it up, just see about that 3.3 second and 0 to 60, just to see how fast that thing is. And again, I love this M Sport steering wheel, just so comfortable in my mitts. It has just the right amount of grip. It's not slippery or anything. It just feels perfect. It's one of the reasons why some BMW owners will buy an M Sport or an M Series just to get this M Sport steering wheel. It's that good. You can hear when it downshifts. The one thing, this is a V8. It's a little thirstier than the inline sixes. It gets about 24 on the freeway, 18 on the highway, or 18 overall. And I'm getting about 22 in very spirited driving. So, you know, if you have the means to afford a $115,000, $119,000 car, probably don't worry about the gas mileage so much. But still good to know. It has about a range of about 350, 375 miles, depending how easy you drive it. By the way, the seats are really comfortable. 16 power way, and again, ventilated and heated. Got them on heat right now because it's cold outside. Kind of liking it. Very good lumbar supports. Yeah, this thing is a cruiser. A Gran Coupe is more like a cruiser than a flat-out racer. You could still take it on the track with its performance. Has a staggered performance rubber. But again, a lot of backseat room, a lot of trunk room. This is really an everything car. It's almost like a really hot-looking SUV because it does just about everything an SUV does. It's got all-wheel drive. Got just about everything you want. Has some nice throaty exhaust when you want it, when it downshifts. Hear that? I did. Sounds good. All right, we're about ready to take this thing up for a little ride, and then we'll be good. But pretty good visibility too. Now the rear view mirror is a little narrow, not horrible, but it definitely has a nice side view mirror. So there really isn't a blind spot in this thing, and then you have blind spot detection, and you have lane detection. You have every safety feature you ever want in this thing. You pretty much got to be brain dead, or somebody's got to be out to get you to get in a wreck in this thing. And I'm also glad it has all-wheel drive, because as much power as this thing has, you don't want it to break away. You want to keep everything planted as much as possible. All right, so here we go. Really good turning. Very little lean too. Wow, that feels good. Wow, that feels awesome. So I'm already at 100 and something. Wow. Okay. Now that's fun. If you ever get a chance to open this thing up, lovely. Makes me all warm inside. That's good stuff. Yeah, it's got acceleration 3.3, 0 to 60. Yeah, that's believable, I'd say. Won't even tell you how fast I was going, doesn't matter. Fast enough. So there you go. That's a pretty sweet ride. Again, this has everything I'd ever want. It's got looks, it's got luxury, it's got performance, it's got great oral sound to it. Oh, it's just lovely. The M850i. If you're in the market for something like this, you have to test drive this puppy. You really do. And again, thanks to Classic BMW for supplying this pretty darn good experience. Thanks, boys. So there you have it. 3 days of bliss for me. The BMW 2020 M850i, their brand new flagship. This is the Gran Coupe model. It also comes in a two-door coupe and a convertible. Comes in a inline six engine. That's the 840. That starts at about $84,000. Has all-wheel drive. You can move all the way up to the V8. All-wheel drive, and that starts at about 109. This one's equipped about $117,000. Now, compared against some of the other flagship models and the other brands, this one's actually a good buy. really is. You save a lot of money by buying this, and you don't give up anything. So again, I want to thank the great folks over at Classic BMW in Plano for allowing us to enjoy this for 3 days. And don't forget to look at it in your next issue of Avid Golfer magazine, the January issue, the drive time feature, the M850i. Until next time, safe driving.